Now, because French has so many different vowel sounds, we want to pay special attention to how the vowel might change because of a written accent, as we've seen with the E, for example, no? We have le, je, recommandé, no? Where the E has no accent. And then we have like E, like in réservé. We also saw the E with the little hat on the top, like in fête, party, like school fete in English. And we also want to notice how a vowel might change forming part of a combination of letters, no? We've seen, for example, EU, like in je veux, je peux, giving us a E sound. We've seen OI, like in je dois, giving us a wa sound. But it's not just combinations of vowels. For example, we've also seen how N's and M's on the end of syllables combine with their previous vowels to change their sound, like in confirmer. We can revise this actually, counting to 3 in French. So the number 1 is the same as A. So what is A for masculine, like in a little?
Un peu.
Un. No, so for 1 we have un, like in un peu. No, that reminds us of how the N gets swallowed into that U and how it changes the pronunciation. And then une for the feminine, with the E on the end, giving us 2 syllables, really, because it should be une, although that E generally isn't pronounced in most dialects of French, so we get une. So this reminds us of how the N combines with the U, or talking more generally, how the N or the M on the end of a syllable can combine with the previous vowel and change its sound. The word for 2 in French is spelled D-E-U-X. D-E-U-X. So how do you say 2, like the number 2 in French?
Deux.
Deux. So we have un, deux. D-E-U-X. This reminds us of the EU combination, no? We have the silent X on the end again. And EU like in je veux, deux. And deux actually is related to like duo. The word for 3 in French is trois. Trois. T-R-O-I-S. So again, we have the O-I there giving us wa, just like in je dois, I must. Un, deux, trois. So if we put our energy into trying to inspire ourselves to analyze the French we expose ourselves to, look what we got out of just 1, 2, 3. When we look at it with that analytical eye, just trying to think and find examples of what we know through the French that we expose ourselves to, things that we recognize that make us think. And in this way, we don't have to worry about forgetting anything. Everything is always just out there in the French that you expose yourself to, waiting for you to clarify your doubts, looking at it. Give me again, I must.
Je dois.
Je dois. And you must.
Tu dois.
Tu dois. She must. She has to. Is elle doit. Elle doit.
Elle doit.
So she is elle. E-L-L-E. Elle.
Elle.
And for sure you've seen and heard this around in marketing again, like in fragrances and fashion, perfumes and the like. Elle, E-L-L-E, has the same final E that we have in une and many other feminine nouns like porte, baguette, etc. Now the first E of elle sounds like E rather than the E, how the E usually sounds without an accent, like in je, de. And that's because what we read is the combination of EL rather than just the E. We read the syllable, EL, giving us L. So we have elle doit for she must. How would you say she must visit? She has to visit.
Elle doit visiter.
Elle doit visiter. So we saw how with elle we have this E without an accent, which we're used to sounding like je, de, but taking on a different sound when it combines as a syllable with the letter L, and we get L, E-L-L-E. So be them combinations of vowels or vowels with consonants, we want to get in the habit of noticing syllables and the sounds that they give us. Actually, phonetic writing, like writing one sound per letter, as far as we know, was invented just once in all of history. All phonetic alphabets, like the English or Latin alphabet, no, like Greek, like Arabic, all share the same roots. They all sprung from the same crazy thought of dividing up language into unique sounds rather than into syllables. This is because it's so much more intuitive and sensible, actually, to think about syllables in language rather than individual sounds. So that means to think about pop, pa, beep, rather than thinking of p and a separately, which is what most writing systems did. Most writing systems developed syllabaries. So in French, although we use the Latin alphabet, which is phonetic, we might want to get in the habit of thinking in syllables, which is much more intuitive, recognizing combinations of letters and thinking in those combinations of letters. So give me again, she must.
Elle doit.
Elle doit. She wants is elle veut.
Elle veut.
Elle veut. How would you say she wants it? She wants it.
Elle le veut.
Elle le veut. Good. Elle le veut. So we have elle, the word for she, coming first in the same way that we had je, I, for example, coming first. No, je le veux, elle le veut. Elle le veut. She wants it. And it could also mean she wants him. No. Le, we have a masculine and general it, and also him. How would you say she wants it? And we mean a feminine it.
Elle la veut.
Very good. Elle la veut. And of course, that could also mean she wants her. So whilst we have elle for she, la, no, is her. Elle la veut. She wants it, a feminine thing, or she wants her. What was again the party?
La fête.
La fête. And this is spelled F-E, and that E has the little hat on the top, the circumflex. La fête. To the party is à la fête. À la fête.
À la fête.
She wants to invite her to the party. So let's divide the idea up in our minds, no? The first bit is she wants.
Elle veut.
Elle veut. To invite her. That's the second bit. We must treat that all together. To invite her.
L'inviter.
Very good. Elle veut l'inviter to the party.
À la fête.
Very good. Elle veut l'inviter à la fête. How would you say she wants to invite me to the party?
Elle veut m'inviter à la fête.
Very good. Elle veut m'inviter à la fête. And if we want to make that a question, does she want to invite me to the party? We can just do that with our intonation, if we like. So how would that be? Does she want to invite me to the party?
Elle veut m'inviter à la fête.
Very good. Elle veut m'inviter à la fête. The birthday party is la fête d'anniversaire. La fête d'anniversaire.
La fête d'anniversaire.
So d'anniversaire is de, of, no, like in demander, and anniversaire, sticking together. D'anniversaire. D apostrophe anniversaire. So she wants to invite him to the birthday party. She wants to invite him.
Elle veut l'inviter à la fête d'anniversaire.
Elle veut l'inviter à la fête d'anniversaire. So, fête d'anniversaire is birthday party, no? And what is anniversaire? What is that in English?
Anniversary.
Anniversary, good. And here we have another pattern, actually. Anniversaire, anniversary. So, airy can become air in French. So, necessary might become what in French if we replace the airy with air, necessary.
Nécessaire.
Nécessaire. And that ending is spelled A-I-R-E-R. Nécessaire.
Nécessaire.
Contrary.
Contraire.
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 Solitary or alone. This would also mean alone. Solitary.
Solitaire.
Solitaire. Like the card game on the computer, no? Solitaire. Extraordinary.
Extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire. So we see that French is not a simple language to reproduce by reading it. No, but we've also seen that we want to focus on letter combinations to digest what is happening in French. We saw the OI and how it gives us wa, and the EU and how it gives us e. We've seen how an O gives us o, but how an ON gives us on, and how an I gives us I, bicyclette, but how an IN gives us un, like in invité. So we will continue ordering all of this information. No, the most important thing is to get in the habit of analyzing and also trying to find examples of what we know and what we think we know in the French that we come across. And in this way, not panicking, not trying to memorize, because memorizing as well and the habit of memorizing lets a lot of information get crossed over and confused. And what we're doing is something else. We're learning to constantly analyze with our curiosity and to use the French that we come across and that we expose ourselves to remind ourselves of what we know and to clarify what we're not so sure of.